vacation when I ever end. That feeling of sinking toes in the sand. They said to enjoy it while you can, but those words never seem to land.
Take a step into the river, get down on your knees. Come to the mountain, well, take it in the view. You will find the life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you.
튀기고 신나는 날.
Didn't wanna be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we hide when we were younger. We were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, when we were younger, I remember a girl. I would sneak into her parents' house.